Hi, Facebook family. This is Sumatra, and this is video log number 7. I'm going to just jump right in because I've been using a lot of time trying to get through some of these answers. So I got some answers, some questions that I want to get to. The first one is, how do you know when an issue is resolved, like a resentment? And can you live and behave in a way where there are less of them? So it's a two-part question. How do you know when an issue like a resentment is resolved? Now, my opinions are my own. So let's just take resentment. From my understanding, resentment is like anger, grudge, or, frustration, unresolved anger that you have usually with somebody else, right? So if you could get to a place where you could talk about your anger, your situation, and sometimes you don't even have to talk about it with the person, right? You could talk about it with somebody to talk about why is this bothering you so much. You have to get to the root cause of why it's bothering you so much, because a lot of times people are not trained to think the same way that you think. And they don't get angry over the same issues that you get angry over. So it's like two different minds is going to have two different solutions or different resolutions. So if you could get to the bottom of why you think the way you do, or why you're getting angry about a problem the way you are, then maybe you could change it. Or maybe you could come to terms with it. Because a lot of times, if you could change the core belief that's been causing you problems in your life, you know what? You get to let it go. But you can also tell the person. Now, you could tell the person that you have a problem with it. But if you are waiting for that person to reply or apologize or something, that ain't how it goes. Because if you're cleaning up your side of the street, that's all you're doing. That's all you're responsible for. You don't get to predict how the person responds back to you, especially on a resentment or something. You could tell them about it, and you could even ask for an apology. You could ask for forgiveness. You could do whatever you want. But the bottom line is you're cleaning up your side of the street. So whatever you put out there, that your job is done. Because they most likely are not coming back with how you want them to, with how you want them to come back. They ain't going to do it. A lot of times it just don't happen. But it's your job to put it out there. So, as far as resentments, if you change your core belief, like I was saying earlier, you probably would get rid of a lot of resentment in that area, because you just don't believe in the same thing anymore. That's like I don't believe in drinking and using anymore. I changed the belief for my own good. You know, I don't cuss no more. I changed the belief. It didn't do me any good. There's certain things that I don't do. I don't walk the streets no more, changing things. So it's up to you. I got to move on to the next question. If you want a two-part more to that, write it. Give me your opinion and we'll take it on to the next one. Okay, so next question is, what do you think about not going to alcoholic related parties, dinners, blah, blah, blah? Well, otherwise, I got a friend that's been invited to dinner, wherever they're invited to for New Year's, is drinking at all the stops, but they really don't want to go. And I would say that is some growth in you. Because have you ever been around drunk people while you're loaded? I mean, while you're loaded and while you're clean. Now, if you're loaded with them, it ain't much of a problem because you're all having silly fun. Silly, stupid fun, at least you think you are, whatever. But imagine If your belief is, I don't like it, it didn't work for me, I don't do that, and you want to change, but you're going around these people that staying the same, and then you get to see how idiotic they act when they are on booze. And it's disgusting. You see it and you're just repulsed. And then you think about, duh, was that me? Yes, it was. Probably it was, but you are growing. Now, a lot of times there's other places you could go, and you might want to just bring in the New Year's with you and your loved one. That might be the best thing. Get your sparkling apple ciders. We have a lot of parties around here where we don't have no alcohol, and we got plenty bottles of sparkling apple cider, and they come in all different flavors now. I mean, usually you start hanging around the people that do the same things you do. Haven't you noticed? Haven't you noticed you're not hanging out with all them, whatever you was doing back in the day? Your scenery has changed. You have grown up, acquired some stuff, traveling, whatever you're doing. But that is growing. It doesn't mean that you're relapsing or anything. It just means that you don't want to associate with stupidity anymore. How about that? Anyway, tell me what you think about the answers. I'm pretty sure you will. I love them, no problem. If this is how you want to get some issues resolved, I'm okay with that too. Okay? So thank you for listening. Love you all. Until next time.